Well, welcome back, my friends, all to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoor. Here's one we've had on the channel a couple times. It's one of your favorites. It's one of the most popular models at Work Tough Gear. It's the Aries, designed by Hunter Cutchin, or DB Hemlock. He goes by both. Here's the thing, man. 3-4 years ago, whenever this knife first came out, I had the honor, the privilege to review the prototype for this knife. And I spent an hour, if not two, on the phone with Hunter talking about this knife, what he designed it for, etc. And the original design was to be for batoning and chopping. It was like a companion tool. That was the forerunner. That was the beginning. That's what started this whole thing. And then the next run, they tapered back the edge to make it knife a little more. And you can see right here in the first couple things we cut, this thing is sharp as shit. And then kind of in order of things, Joe X got his hand on it and the knife blew up. And anytime they make a run, they're going fast. So here's the thing. Joe's done a couple videos. Shout out to Joe X, my good friend from way back when. Love that dude. Check out his video on it. I've done a couple on it, but here's the thing. I got to thinking about this thing this week. It is damn near indestructible. It's as close as any knife out there, right? But will it knife? Now, that's that double jacketed fire hose. And I've had people say that that's not a tough cutting. Listen, there's just times in this life when you just shut the hell up. And I mean, when you're too stupid to breathe, just shut up. That's an incredibly tough cutting medium. And once we kind of figured out how you cut it, it went right through it as much as any knife's going to. This is a huge knife. Here's what I want to do with this video. I'm not going to ramble through the whole thing. I'm going to pull the specs. I'm going to give you the specs. And then here's what I want y'all to understand. This is a knife, and it's not just because it came sharp, but I believe this knife knifes. But I want you to watch the video and you let me know. Now, in order for a knife to knife, it's got to cut, it's got to slice. We already know it's bulletproof. We already know it'll chop. We already know it'll take a beating. We know all that thanks to Joe X and thanks to me and thanks to everybody else who's reviewed this knife, who's beat the hell out of it. It's a tough knife. We get it, right? But it takes more than just being tough. It takes more than just being sharp. It has to be balanced. It has to be well thought out. And I think Hunter had a great vision with his design. I think he did a phenomenal job. And I think Vic Lynn was the one to pull it off because I think Vic's vision and Vic's magic took it from just a bashing, crashing monster to a bashing, crashing knife that will knife. So here's the deal. The overall specs from the point to the pommel is 16 inches. We have a 9, right at 9 1/4 blade length with right at a 9-inch, 9 1/8 cutting edge. The widest part of this blade is 2 3/4 inches wide. The inner grip, which that's where your knuckles rest in a conventional hand grip, is 5 1/2. Well, let me double check. No, I'm sorry. The conventional grip, the inner grip is 4 3/4. There's not a hand in the world that this would not fit, not one. And you see we're still going over the sharpness. So I did a lot with the sharpness. And then we're going to do, processing wood and that kind of stuff. We're moving shops. I've been saying that. We are in the process. It's a long process. So I actually use the knife. I've used this knife all day to bust up wood, to be honest with you, just to put it to work. The blade thickness, I think that's important, is 5/16, right? Right at 5/16. So it's a monster. Listen. Check out the video. Y'all let me know what you think. I'll come back in a little bit. We'll see y'all then. Give me 1 second, you can play with it. All right, son, let me jump right back in there real quick, right back in here. I sent Brandon to the store at lunch, or asked him if he'd grab me a couple apples while he went to the store. I'm still trying to do my diet thing. I gained about 10 pounds, and I'm wanting to take about 20 off. So Brandon said, yeah, man. So he brought me 2 apples. One apple I was going to use for this video. The one on the right I used for a short. The one on the right was rotten, son. So when you guys make comments like, oh, you shouldn't have wasted that apple, guys, I'm not eating any damn apple from a convenience store. That ain't happening. It might be fine, yes, sir, or it might be pure rotten like that one on the right. The other thing is this. I was able to peel the damn thing. This might have been one of the best knife peeling knives I've had. And knife peeling isn't really on the knife. If a knife's sharp, it's skill set, and I'll be the first to admit that. All right, I'm going to tune back out. Here we just beat the shit out of the log. I'll catch back up with y'all. I just wanted to throw that out there about the apple. Love y'all. See you in a minute. All right, guys, we'll talk it out from here. Listen, I hope you've enjoyed the video. What I just wanted to show is just some common stuff that we do. I say this often, If a knife is sharp, you're still in the fight. And most people know it. I'm not talking about a physical fight, although that is part of it. I'm just talking about in any situation. It's got a good 90-degree spine. That is very important to me personally. You know, if you're having to survive and you're in the woods, you don't have to have a knife to survive. I'm sorry, a fire to survive. A fire is not a need, right? It's good to have. If you know what you're doing, you can get by without it. But the thing with a fire is this: for those of us who aren't survival experts, it provides comfort, it provides security, and there's just something about it. So, in my opinion, having a knife with a 90-degree spine that you can, you know, slice up some fat wood, that's a big part of a knifing to me. People have different requirements. That's mine. And here I am, guys. I've got 2 fire barrels running, so I just use the Aries to bust wood up, to try to get all this scrap wood burn up. Man, there's been wood in the dirt, in the bushes, in the trees, woods everywhere, just busted up wood that we don't want to take, but we want to be good stewards of our place, and we don't want to leave the guy a mess to clean up when we go. So over the next couple of days, over the next couple of weeks, we'll be processing this up, and I'll be using the Aries. Like I've said a million times, the Aries is a hell of a camper's tool. It can get it done, especially if you got a little skill set. Oh, look, it's Cat Flex in there. You can get it done. Listen, there was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, the weekend and holidays, that number's higher. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. You have a place here. Guys, I back the blue. Support Leo. Not everybody does. I understand that. I'm not arguing with you over it. It's my beliefs. Just like to share that with you. Finally, if you are an addict, and Lord knows I am, never quit quitting. Well, there he's from Work Tough Gear. I'm Scab. You're not. And we gone, son. I think they just did a drop, but you know they're going to do another one. We